Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today I just want to talk a little bit about the card show that I went to on Saturday, the West Palm Beach card show. It's held every 6 months. And had a great time there. Met up with a few of my friends, collector friends, subscribers, commenters, whatever you want to call them, they're friends. We hung out, we walked around a little bit, and it was a great experience. I put out a pretty long video there of it. I hope you guys got a chance to see it. But you know, from talking to the, I'll just put a card out here, one of the cards that I got. So from talking to the promoters, they said that it was very, very busy. It opened on, it was a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday show. So it's still going on today. It's Sunday, if you want to go, head on over there. But it was very, very busy, he said, on Friday. When I got there on Saturday, it wasn't as busy, but I got there early before it opened, actually. So it was busy. By the time I left, it was pretty crowded. And I saw a lot of deals going down, a lot of money being passed on. And, you know, it was just a good show. The hobby is definitely going strong. So anyway, one of the cards that I picked up was, as you see, this Roy Campanella in the 3, and this is my kind of card. Why is it my kind of card? Because look at how beautiful that card looks. Huh? What do you think? I like cards that look undergraded, and this to me, and I'll show you why, it's a 3, and you could probably see it. It's got a little nick right there, and it's a surface crease that doesn't go, barely goes to the back there a little bit, but you can't really see too much of it there. Bottom line is, you look at the card, it's beautiful, beautifully centered. $30, $30. All it's got is that thing right there, like a little dent in the card. But eye appeal wise, look at that, beautifully centered, really nice card. Corners look sharp. The picture is beautiful. Nice, cool. No chipping at all on that 55 Bowman Roy Campanella. So eye appeal, to me, that's an eye appeal card. And it was a steal at 30 bucks. Hall of Famer, Roy Campanella. Great condition. I'll show you the back real quick again. You see, all it's got is like a little nick there, like a little crease type thing there. But the rest of the card looks really nice. So I can deal with that. That little thing there, if it wasn't there, that card would look like, what, a 6, 7? It's beautifully centered, top to bottom, side to side, and it's a clean image, and that's what I'm looking for. Look at the picture of Campy, real nice. So picked up that Campy, and I also picked up another Campy card, I guess, and I picked up this Dodger Sluggers in a 6, and I had this card at one time. I ended up selling it. It wasn't as nicely centered as this. I saw this beautifully centered, beautiful 6. It's got Campanella, it's got Duke Snider, it's got Gil Hodges and Ferrillo. So it's got 4 great Dodgers players, 3 Hall of Famers, and Ferrillo was an incredible player. So this one is a 6, but it looks a little more like a 7, or you know, again, to me, eye appeal. It's got beautiful eye appeal. It's got beautiful centering for a 6, and this one was, I think, $85. So I'm just sharing some prices. Sometimes you guys want to know, you know, what it was. I thought it was a good deal for 1957. I'll take it off the hold and give you a better look at it. But it looked great. Looks great to me. And you know, some people don't like the SGC holder. I don't care. It's got a little bit of snow. The only thing I noticed, got a little bit of snow here and here. But overall, it's a Dylan centered card, beautifully centered. It's got 3 Hall of Famers. It's a beautiful looking card, 1957 Dodger Sluggers. And you can see the back. Again, sharp, looks nice. Nice looking card. A little bit of a soft corner, but overall, it's a 6, so it's a nice 6, which looks a little nicer than a 6 to me. So went ahead and picked that baby up. Looked really good to me. I love it. So kind of two campy cards, I guess you can call it. Campanella. It's on both of them. You know, I didn't intend to get two campy cards, but you know, you go through, you walk the floor, you find a card that looks nice for a good price, and so that's what I went for. So Campy looks beautiful, and the other Dodger Sluggers card looks really, really nice for a 6. And the last card I got, and you know, I'm not spending much money because I'm saving money for the national. I mean, for the national and for Strongsville too. Is a one of my buddies there, Coop. He's a Nathaniel. He's a dealer there, and he's got some really awesome cards. I think if you look at the video, you saw all the T205s and the T206s that he had in his case. Tons of. He had bought an entire set of T206s and was breaking it up, and another almost half a set of T206s that he was breaking up. And he had a lot of T205s, and he had a whole binder full of raw stuff. That was low grade, but you know, I thought I'd go through it and pick up some deals, and I was able to pick up this T207 1912 Roger Bresnahan. And it's got a big crease down the middle, as you can see. But, you know, I got a great price on it, and it was $80. It's not bad for a card of a Hall of Famer from 1912, which, other than that crease, that card looks great. But what caught my attention was just the look of the card, that it was a Hall of Famer first, but the look of the card, the pose, and the glove, and Roger Bresnahan, who's a Hall of Famer. And you know, people don't realize that this guy he's a catcher, but he didn't start off as a catcher. He started as a pitcher, and then he was an outfielder, and later went on to be a catcher. And he was such a good catcher that he, first of all, what he's known for the most, I'll go ahead and focus on Roger. Let's talk about Roger Bresnahan a little bit here. I always like to talk a little bit about the player. I'll show you the back of the card in a little bit, but let's take a look at Roger Bresnahan. And I'm gonna just kind of share a little bit about Roger Bresnahan. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's a type of Hall of Famer that, you know, you look at it and the numbers don't look like he's a top Hall of Famer. He's got a 279 batting average, 43 WAR. You know, it doesn't look like it's very much of a, you know, top player. But this guy is one of the few players that had an on-base percentage of almost 400 for his career. And why was that? Because he had a great eye. He's one of these guys that had almost twice as many walks as he had strikeouts. He led the league in walks. He also was, you know, very, very patient at the plate, of course. But, you know, he was just, had a good eye, was able to get on base. And for 17 years, you know, he led some of the big teams like the New York Giants and the St. Louis teams to, you know, to great years. And not only that, but to world championships. And a little bit about when he was with the Giants, he became Christy Mathewson's favorite catcher. And that's the one Christy used pretty much all the time when he was there. And in 1905, Bresnahan shifted to full-time catcher, and Mathewson preferred him. And in the World Series, Bresnahan caught all 5 games of the 1905 World Series, including the 3 shutouts by Christy Mathewson and the other shutout by Joe McGinnity. And he led the Giants with a .313 batting average in that World Series. And in 1907, he was the first major league catcher to experiment with protective equipment at the time, because no one wore the catchers didn't wear protective equipment at the time. They didn't wear the shin guards and things like that. And even though that originally the shin guards were actually invented and used by Negro Leaguers, Chappie Johnson was the first one, and Nig Clark also wore similar gear in 1905. But the catchers didn't wear any protective gear at the time. So Bresnahan, he practiced in shin guards that were worn during a cricket match. And he wore those on April 11th, 1907. And the fans, since they're used to seeing catchers play without protective equipment, threw snowballs on the field. And without police at the game, the umpire, Bill Clem, called off the game, and the Giants forfeited to the Philadelphia Phillies. So the press, I'll show you the back of the card here, and I'll read it to you. But the press also criticized the use of shin guards. However, other catchers began to adopt Bresnahan's idea. And through Pittsburgh Pirate manager Fred Clark's, protested Bresnahan's gear to the league, the protest was denied, and the equipment was finally approved. So Bresnahan also developed the first batting helmet. He was hit with a pitch by Andy Coakley of the Cincinnati Reds in 1907, and Bresnahan was knocked unconscious. And a Catholic priest read him his first rites. So you can imagine this thing. And this guy, he was, put in the hospital because he was hit in the head. Remember those days, there was actually somebody who was hit and died. But he was hit in the head. He was unconscious. He was given his last rites. He was in the hospital for 10 days, during which time he developed schematics I don't know what that is, but for a plastic batting helmet, or the schematics for a plastic batting helmet. So as he was in the hospital, he started trying to design a plastic batting helmet. Though this piece of equipment did not become commonplace until the 1940s, Bresnahan also was the first catcher to wear a padded face mask while catching. So he's in the Hall of Fame, not because he was one of the best players of his days, but he was a great player, the world champion and all that, and got some big games and played some big games, and was great, at the plate. But he was the guy that came up with the batting, with the catcher's equipment, with the batting, with the catcher's chins, the shins and all that stuff, the shin guards. So let's read a little bit about Roger Bresnahan. Let's take a look at this. This is a Little Recruit Cigars. It says Roger Bresnahan joined the Chicago Nationals as a pitcher about 12 years ago. Again, this is a 1912 card, so this is a 1900. And Bresnahan was born in the 1890s. He went, but was soon transferred to Washington. He went to the Baltimore American League team as a pitcher, but played the outfield and third base. He volunteered to catch one day, and ever since, he's been a star backstop. So Bresnahan jumped to the New York Nationals in 1902 and remained there until 1910, when he was transferred to St. Louis to become a manager. In 1905 World Series, he handled Mathewson in 3 shutout games against the Philadelphia Athletics. In 1911, Bresnahan batted .278 and fielded .968. So that's the story of Roger Bresnahan. I wanted to share that with you real quick there. One of my pickups at the card show. So hope you enjoyed it. Any comments, please leave them there. Like and subscribe. I hope you caught me on the Jeremy Lee show. It was an awesome time. Had a great time talking about collecting and talking about just the hobby in general with all my friends. So I appreciate you watching that. And if you didn't, check it out. It was a fun time. So thanks for watching, guys. It's Orlando from A Collector's Dream. I'll catch you on the next one. And have an awesome day.